Hello, Collective. Wendy Joy. Love, light, and positivity from me to you every day. I wanted to remind you that if the universe sits you down and tells you that you need to reflect, or you need to take a break, or you need to reevaluate what you thought was a good situation or a viable plan or a path, right? That they're not doing it so that you could feel any type of way, like negative. They're doing it to give you time so that you could make sure that your pieces are fitting in your puzzle perfectly. I know that when this is done to me, that usually the divine goes to extreme steps to stop me in my movement. And that just happened. So there was Arctic freeze that Northeast Pennsylvania was going through. And during that spell, it brought me right to my knees. And it was because the cold was so super cold everywhere I went that I was just being locked in position, so to speak, that my fluidity was freezing up. Kind of silly, right? But it forced me to use my mind more and focus on my intuition and not so much my forward direction, but to evaluate where I've been, where I am, and where I'm going. Because the universe has a very important role for each and every one of us. And it doesn't want us to get it wrong or miss a step or overlook an important detail. And in order to get me specifically to slow down my momentum, usually a brick wall is placed in front of me, because that will slow me down, even if it's just momentarily. And it will force me to rely on my knowledge and my wisdom, my inner knowing and my intuition, in order to be able to overcome whatever challenge may be before me that I just don't quite see, because my movement is propelling me, right? And sometimes that can happen, to everyone, even when we have the best intentions in sight. So if you feel like a brick wall was placed in front of you, it's not to deter or completely stop you. It's to give you an ability to strengthen your wisdom, rely on your knowledge, and look toward your inner knowing or your intuition, the messages from your spirit guides or your higher consciousness, the divine himself, right? Or herself, who knows? It actually has no gender. It encompasses both female and male energies. So it goes right back to everything. But I know that I was just faced with a brick wall, and I was stopped dead in my tracks from forward movement, not from my brain, understanding and absorbing wisdom and knowledge. And the universe did that by placing a cold front, an Arctic cold front, in my path, knowing that I might be, I don't know, stiff. I get stiff when it's cold. I always have. And now that I'm coming out of this bout and my body is healing from the inside out, I find myself bouncing back quicker than I did before, but not until my brain catches up to the knowledge and the wisdom that I've gained and perfect it into a usable tool that not only I can have, but you can have too. And if things like that happen to you, don't think that it's a personal attack, because it's not. Nothing is really personal, because energy is fluid in its movement, and it's not personal. And it could be positive, and it could be negative, and it could be neutral. So what you need to do is understand that you're given a neutral spot right now, that you would be able to migrate on a better mindset from using your knowledge and your wisdom, right? To proceed and to go closer, move closer to your goal, right? Your destined road, your higher self, your contracted play is an intermission when you're in neutral state. And it's giving you an opportunity to reflect. So don't look past that. Use that as another form of a tool, that it allows you the ability to refocus, to regain composure, to reflect, to assess, to make sure that you're all aligned, like your thoughts, your emotions, your movement. It's all going in the same direction. I was given that. I was just given that. And with my realization, the brick wall that came in my life was that my publisher told me that I have the ability to narrate the book I wrote for Audible. And the dilemma that I was facing was, how do I see what to read and read it the way I wrote it and not ad-lib because I'm in the heat of the excitement, right? And I was reminded, practice makes perfect. Memorization is also a tool. I don't intend on memorizing the entire book that I wrote word for word, but I do know that with practice and perseverance, determination, and positive motivation, that you will hear my voice narrate the book I wrote. And I've got 2 weeks to put that together. Wish me luck. Except I already know that I create the luck that I need, and I create the movement and the direction just by knowing, listening, responding the way my higher self has already laid out my perfect plan. You have one too. Everyone does. We don't migrate here without a plan. Whether it be to learn how to live or love, or how to handle adversity, how to get up, how to embrace, how to be, how to create. We all have a plan. And everybody's plan makes our portrait a masterpiece. So when you're signing your name on that dotted line, make sure that you've got positive, pure pride in the accomplishment for the destined road that you traveled, that you perfected, that you made yours. Your mark on the world. We all have one. Cannot wait to hear what yours is. And if that metaphoric wall stops you, don't punch it down. Understand that it's a time for you to reflect, to use your knowledge and your wisdom, and find another way, a better way, a way that only you designed. Love, light, and positivity, my friends. I love you.